It's also been used to animate some really good shows, like Friendship is Magic or Symbionic Titan. It's okay to use Flash. At the very least, that's something that I would have said like 5 years ago. Flash is actually kind of outdated now. Every animator that I talk to nowadays uses Toon Boom, and it has largely replaced Flash in the animation industry. Ignoring all of that though, the animation in the latter half of Season 10 is of a very confusing quality.
Ruby Gloom is a Flash animated show, not Toon Boom. That was a mistake on my end, not John's. And there are effects that I don't like that I did for John. I really don't like my cans without labels edit, because John, in that one, wanted me to make the OC move more. In Adobe Premiere Elements, it did not look good. I was trying to make it more like Alpha J with his OC. I think you can pull this off easier in Vegas, but for Adobe Premiere Elements, not as well. That's why I prefer Certifiable Supersitter. It's more simple and more fun. And John loved that review for me. Fuck it, you know what? We're gonna go through the videos that I edited and point out the good editing. John pointed out the bad, time for me to point out the good. It's like the Three Little Pigs story with the wolf from the wolf's perspective. And I'm the wolf!
Any last words before I eat you?
No, I already killed you. What are you doing here? You are dead. I saw to it, personally. What do you mean you of all films, got a sequel? How the hell did you, Norm of the North, get a sequel?
It's funny how Norm comes from Out of the Shadows, because the sequel 3 years later came out of nowhere.
This means that the rest of Norm in the North 2 is going to be about a polar bear in New York City.
Meanwhile, at Splash Entertainment Studios.
Sir, wasn't the first movie about a polar bear in New York City? Yeah, it was. But doesn't that mean we'll be doing the same thing over again? I know, it's brilliant. Do you really think that we have the money to make new assets, or the time or inclination to be creative? You got a point. How long do you think it's gonna take to finish this one? Well, our lunch break is over, so I guess we're done.
See, it's like Adam and I are our own writers. We're making jokes, all for a plan to send 2 monkeys into the desert.
You tell anyone about this, you're canceled. Charlie Rose canceled.
Who the fuck wrote this?
It's funny because of John's acting, and the black screen is perfect because what else are you supposed to put there? The point is that I can make funny jokes and make the reviews good.
She was never able to get the timing of my avatars correct, as her eyes are always drawn above her hair. But there's only so much that you can get away with before it looks like it was drawn by Picasso after succumbing to dementia. Most egregiously, I never told her to take footage from other YouTubers, especially without crediting them, like she did with Hot Diggity Demon in the Bart vs. the Itchy and Scratchy video.
So it's bad to take footage without permission. Okay then, I guess you don't know what fair use is. And if it's just me not sourcing, I can easily source.
So, The Simpsons basically stated that they weren't sorry about their portrayal of Apu, and when that went awry, then they completely dropped Apu. I think what bothers me the most about this is not that every single character on The Simpsons is a stereotype, and dropping Apu because he was a stereotype among a world of stereotypes is stupid. No, what annoys me the most about this is that The Simpsons used to be a show that could take a stand about something.
See, it's not that hard to do. But speaking of not sourcing,
I like to call it corporate minimalism.
Minimal design. Simple, pure and light. Here's the bottom line. Basically, it's right.
I mean, if you want to watch a whole movie that looks like it takes place in the Nintendo Wii shop, you do you.
Who was that in question? I don't know. There's no source to this clip. So apparently I'm the only one that has to be called out for not sourcing. This video came out after regarding Star Giant Productions, by the way. Oh wait, I spoke up about shit. So that means I'm the only one that has to get this. If you want to succeed in life, then shut the fuck up. That is a terrible message to live by. Could you imagine if Walt Disney just shut up and never spoke?
The See Me Feel Me Know Me review would have been another fireable offense, in which she interrupted my legitimate seizure warning to give a SpongeBob meme. This episode has bright flashing colors that may cause seizures in people with epilepsy. If you are prone to such a condition, I would recommend that you not watch this video.
And you kept this up and didn't try fixing it from the start because...
And then she used the raw footage of the seizure-inducing parts of the Electric Soldier Porygon video. A video which has since been unlisted until I can re-edit it, which will probably be the first in re-editing all of Rebecca's old videos.
To this day, the See Me Feel Me Know Me review is the only one of John's videos that I edited for him that he has re-edited in the end. Remember, John still allowed that for 2 years before he unlisted the video. And no, I'm not giving the original link. I won't be bothering to send it to anyone since it is not one of my best works, and there are other videos that are just better. John is the only one to have no right to complain about my editing ever.
Rebecca was my best editor.
If I had to take a realistic guess on why only one has been redone and not the rest, it's probably too expensive to redo all of them with the other editors. The re-review didn't get that many views, as it has less than half of 100,000 views. Meanwhile, my version made it to almost 200,000. At that rate, redoing the rest isn't worth it, especially when the rest of the ones that I edited before 2020 are at least in the 6 digits for views, which is pretty good, and not worth redoing or deleting all of them. So, seizures. I'll be blunt. I didn't know what seizures really were until 2020. I never knew what epilepsy really was until this decade, because I just never grew up with it. Yes, what I did was wrong. But remember,
it's my fault the second that I decided this is okay in some way, shape, or form.
And even then, I only put in clips that the episode actually did. The re-edited version may have fixed the seizures, but other things are incorrect. Also, the seizures, if you can even call them that, are nowhere as bad as the problem solvers. And even then, I actually have more of a problem with blurs. Like when Sarah or Koda showed sidebars of blurs, it makes it look like two of the same character. This student has been cloned. Is this a cloning episode? Seriously, how the fuck did this effect take off? Because it's not just these two doing it, it's like everyone. Stop this effect. It's a terrible effect. It's the worst effect ever. Stop doing it.
The hotel has a security system. It's gonna take over Squidward's house! Moonscar Island did not have a guest book because it wasn't a hotel. Your self-admitted most important clue literally makes no sense. That school project taking place over the summer, in which you reminisced about driving around the country years ago. That high school project? Tell me, Daphne, how many times did you get held back for that to be remotely possible? You see, 3 of those characters are dead and no pictures were ever taken. Daphne's camera sank in the quicksand. And even if Velma did describe their appearances, they look too similar. And Stubbs' counterpart is still alive.
And now, this problem here.
And I'm also, might as well as mention, I never asked for any of her self-inserts. Anything she inserted of herself, of her voice, and so on, was done completely without permission. The Certifiable Super Sitter title card was commissioned of her own accord because she really wanted her face to be seen in one of my videos. And the less that I say about the custom avatars that she made that I did not ask for, the better.
Oh boy, this part. First of all I ever tried to do was make your videos more fun. And secondly, sometimes it would fill in the answers. Like the first time that I appeared.
And yes, the father's name is indeed Robert.
Robert, huh? Isn't that also...
If you make that comment, I swear that I will put a voodoo curse on you and your dog. I'm warning you, do not do it.
I guess John did put a curse on me, because I'm being constantly stalked by randos on the internet in 2023, and my dog died last year. Ironically enough, he died during the production of me making this video originally. Did you know that people sent comments to me saying that they're glad that my dog died? I regret deleting them right away to prove to you the shit that I received. For the record, what I recorded, John wrote in the script there. I guess I finished that sentence somehow. Even ignore the "it's my fault in some shape or form" from John. The inserts aren't that bad. If anything, they help with the video or are funny. No, wait, if you had a problem, John, why didn't you tell me once? After the Opposite Day review, I did get a Google Docs from John himself on the errors that I made. Nowhere in there did he state that I need to stop using my own OC. Here's a PayPal statement that I found on John telling me to make sure all the Nicororamas were rushed in only a 3-hour time period. Permission? What? Do I have to ask for everything from you? May I blink? May I breathe? You hated it when I tried talking to you, so that was gonna go nowhere. Also, we never once had a voice chat together that wasn't with another person. And you once, John, never had issues with what I did in your videos. My OC, if you add up all the times together, is less than 1 minute. According to your actions, John, I had permission all along. And often, I only had my OC in to just help finish sentences from John. Or to make it feel like he was having a conversation with somebody and how he was not just talking to himself like an insane man. Like this one from Bart vs. Itchy and Scratchy.
So, what are we doing today?
The Simpsons!
Oh yeah, that's right. Why are we doing The Simpsons?
Because you hate the world and want it to suffer right now.
Yeah, that sounds a bit right. You guys want to watch some shit? I'll show you some shit.
See, to me, it works because it gives the effect that John is talking to someone, and not, going insane. Like I said, what? would you just prefer it as a black background and white text on screen?
So, what are we doing today? Oh yeah, that's right. Why are we doing The Simpsons? Yeah, that sounds a bit right.
Who are you talking to?
John, half a year ago, made all of his scripts public, and in the original script, that's how it goes. And even then, I didn't insert my OC for anything in 2021. In fact, the Bart vs. Itchy and Scratchy one was the last time that I did an insert. Also, Crimson did a self-insert once.
I don't do sex, but I do second base.
Mommy, what does sex mean?
I guess John allowed it since it was in the video. No, I don't want to hear, but algorithms made John force accept it. Not an excuse. It's not allowed. That's on John, not me. By the way, John does allow his 2 current editors to have some kind of self-inserts.
And this is also an annoying film for me to tackle because that means that copyright is going to be a hell to edit around. So, sorry about that, Coda.
No copyright law in the universe is going to stop me!
If a one-off line in a movie about a magical curse broken by true love ruins it, maybe this isn't the genre for you. I'd recommend The Dictionary, or the nutritional facts on the back of a bag of potato chips.
Thiamine mononitrate? What a plot twist!
John did eventually add his own OC to his videos. He did have an old guy prior, but he would later get this robot. Ow, or AI, something like that. I have no way around this. I hate this voice. It's because of it being monotone. I stated this in my Cartoon Network 64 episode on Robot Jones. I don't know if I ever stated this on my channel before, but I hate the sound of robots. Whenever I hear a robot voice, it sounds so cringy. It hurts my ears. It's one of the things that makes me jump instantly in fear. It's like my second most cringy sound ever. And the first is the sound of a bug buzzing. So it's not John in general sucking. Robot voices in general suck as a whole.
Beep boop. Libertarian programming activated.
Liber what?
If no one ever gave an unpopular opinion, where would your species be as a whole? If you personally suddenly stopped talking about this issue just because you didn't get a response of sunshine and rainbows, what would it say about you and what you truly believe in? If you believe that you are right, it is a duty to continue to speak up, no matter what the consequences are. You must remember that this is who you are. This is a feature, not a bug of who you are. And it is an important feature. The most important feature.
I mean, me telling the truth made me lose my job, got hundreds of thousands of people to shit talk me, made me lose people I trusted that thought were my friends, made me try to commit suicide, get beat up by my family members, got me lost, made me have to deal with the police as both an adult and a minor, made me lose income and lose some social media platforms during the process, but unpopular opinions are good. Here's the problem with John's OC out, and it has actually nothing to do with John for once. It's the framing that I hate. A lot of other people have this problem as well in their videos. Basically, it's when they use a straw man for their own arguments. But when they do this, they usually use their own voice. And the reason why I don't like this is because you're arguing with yourself, making you either a narcissist or coming across as a no argument. The solution is simple. Have someone else do the voice. Oh, speaking of narcissism.
Luckily, though, in my opinion, the only fitting diagnosis for all of this behavior is narcissism.
I am not a narcissist, John, and I do not have narcissistic personality disorder. To have either of these, you have to only care about yourself. While for me in real life, I care about my friends and loved ones, and these problems could have easily been fixed. A simple solution that's 3 words. Talk things out. That is all that had to be done to fix everything.
She continually lies and takes things out of context.
I am not a liar either. Do you know why I added Becky into my videos? It wasn't because I want to be a mother someday, although yes, I wouldn't mind being one. It was because I needed my own framing device and someone to talk to help with my points. The current voice of Becky is Dar the Star, and she's been helping me with the voice since my Pixar path on Brave.
Oh boy, it's Pixar path time. It's time to see Brave.
Brave, Brave!
Yeah, it is.
What's wrong, Rebecca?
Brave is...
Awesome! I love Brave!
Wait, hold on. Who's the little girl with us?
Oh, that's my new daughter, Becky.
You have a daughter?
Yes.
That is awesome!
Thanks. By having someone else do this, it can help with your videos. And just having you talk to yourself makes me lose focus. And the only other time was for the credits. And your 2 current editors do that.
Hey, you've reached the end of the video. The names scrolling by right now are of all the wonderful patrons who donate to help keep this channel alive. Hey, you've reached the end of the video. The names scrolling by right now are of all the—
I think when someone blocks you, there should be a notification for that. Like, when they follow you, you get a notification of that. There should also be a same when they unfollow you or block you. Here's one point of discussion: dead naming!
My current editor, Sarah, had a previous name that he doesn't really want on the internet. A request Rebecca frequently ignores, to this day. And you'd think that Rebecca would know something about calling other people by their chosen names.
Because apparently 2 times counts as frequently. I did a little bit of this discussion in my DuckTales 2 DuckTales trailer, but dead naming is a new concept to me. As in, I only learned about this sometime in 2020. Less than 3 years ago. I only have ever dead named Sarah twice, and neither time was intentional. This is a side note. People still think to this day that I dead name people intentionally, and this video is the sole reason why, when in reality I made a simple mistake. Speaking of mistakes, we need to talk about Hope.
At one point, one of my teammates even blocked her, and because Rebecca is so wrapped up in herself, she didn't notice that this person blocked her until June. This was a person who worked for Rebecca previously, by the way. They weren't just an anonymous person on my team that Rebecca had no interactions with.
First of all, I'm not wrapped up in myself, and secondly, again, social media sucks at this. I don't talk to every single person every single day. Even my closest friends. I can sometimes go a couple weeks without talking to them. Because we all have our own lives. We could argue all day and night about the problems with social media interaction. But let's talk specifically about Discord. Not all of it, just the context of this issue here. When someone blocks you on Discord, there has never been a notification on the when. You can only find out when you try to DM them. This is honestly a discussion for another video on the difficulties of communication on the internet, because it has hundreds of problems. Because Hope, the person that blocked me, was still on my server, I thought that they were still fine with me. When she had the tag, DM me oranges, I tried to do that, as part of the fun game. But I couldn't message her in any way whatsoever. I didn't realize what was wrong at first. This was June 5th. June 6th, I found out some things, and then I was banned forever. I haven't said a word to her since. Also, Hope blocked me, but never explained why. Let me be blunt. If you block someone for no reason, you are doing something bad. When I block people, I explain why. While Hope may have had a reason to block me, because she didn't tell me the reason, it makes me confused.
She's defended me multiple times as not being an abuser. But oh no, when I finally have the gall to fire her, well then I'm just another wayward abuser. I have a feeling that she's probably going to blame her life experience or maybe her mental issues like Asperger's syndrome. As someone who's been in an abusive relationship and who has mental issues that can make it hard to navigate social scenarios, I don't really buy these excuses. Because here's the thing, if your brain is making you do this shit and you have no free will, then you're going to be doing this shit again and again and never stopping. Of course, the one mistake that all of these people that I've worked with have never made is that they've never attacked my friends before.
If this is true, John, then this one statement from your original harassment video in 2018 is a lie.
The artists that I work with tend to get some especially harsh criticism.
Because previous and current friends of yours have been attacked, and I stand by this. Even if your friends are being shit, which they were, by the way, then they need to be called out. I will not stay silent if someone makes a mistake or is rude. You can't say I went behind their backs when they turned theirs first. That's how I feel. You know, it's funny. I can shit talk John about anything, and the internet will agree with me. If I say that John's reviews suck, everyone will agree with me. If I said Nicarama sucks, everyone will agree with me. If I say his COVID statements suck, everyone will agree with me. If I say his politics suck, everyone will agree with me. But there is absolutely nothing wrong with John's friends, even though that there were problems with them all along. And now we need to debunk a suicide claim. So let's talk about suicide. This will be the first of many times that I will talk about that in this video.
The most standout example was coming to one of my teammates and saying that they were quote-unquote too suicidal, to the point of being a manipulator.
The fact that this woman can suggest that I want to kill myself for fucking brownie points is just cruel.
Let me be clear. I did not intentionally tell Hope at any point in time that she was attempting suicide for social brownie points. That is a fucking lie what Hope Enter said. But let's read what it says. You tend to be suicidal, Hope. This is a true statement, as in she was someone on the edge of wanting to hurt herself. I was worried sick that I was afraid of someone that I called my friend being hurt. But, oh no! Hook, line, and sinker on me. Next line. At the point, you do it for social brownie points. Hey, did you know that people under stress don't think straight? What if, in this situation, let's pretend, what if, in this situation, I was having a hard time? You don't know that, and no one else does. My issue is that I was afraid. With all this talk that Hope was doing on suicide, someone else could view this as attention-seeking. This does not mean that she was doing it. It could be viewed as such. What do you want me to do? Just let Hope kill herself? Wow, you're an asshole. Fuck you. But go ahead, Hope. Get mad at me here. Then accept my apology and we move on from it. And then hate me for this out of nowhere for 9 months later.